Well, summer's coming to an end. Time to say goodbye to all your camp friends and put away the tiny summer shorts. Hopefully you had a magical time, no matter what kind of camp you went to, whether it was one that was bad at teaching you how to swim, or maybe you got to go to something like a cheerleader camp, which sounds pretty fun. You could have got harassed by team mascots the whole time, and I don't know, you could learn how to lift strangers in the air, get gutted, all kinds of things. Or maybe you were lucky enough to go to a camp where you almost died in a tragic space accident next to Leah Thompson, which I'm sure has got its own charms. If you were really lucky, you got to go to a camp that gave you a truly unique experience. I mean, that experience might not be positive, but it's certainly going to be unique. But now that the summer's over and you're done making lasting memories and maybe even discovering some things about yourself you didn't know.
God, she's a boy.
Whatever the trauma you suffered during the summer, well, get prepared for a whole new kind of trauma.
Did you hear me?
It's back to school, kids.
What is wrong with you?
And I'm very sorry. Now, I gotta say, I love teachers. I gotta defend them. I know it's just as hard for them as it is for the students. Definitely, actually, it's harder. I mean, kids are, well, they're dicks.
All right. Who did that?
I think it was you, Miss Marshall.
Even though that is kind of funny.
Hilarious. Funny indeed.
Funnier than this guy.
Look, I'm not a personal friend of Julius Caesar, okay?
Pick up the book, Mr. Fellner.
I don't want to come across like I'm defending this guy here because he seems like a pain in the ass, but,
Ubi-dubitas, ex-flagellatus.
Latin is, people don't need it, right? You'll be fine without it.
Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
The trouble is, the people in the South don't want to live under communism.
And of course, if it's not the teachers getting picked on by the students, it's the students getting picked on by other students.
Over the South by force. That's why they're always attacking. We're the same people. But you! What's going on over there?
Miss, she said that I was even fatter than her old grandmother.
Of course, as you go from elementary to high school, the name-calling is going to get a little more advanced, scientific even.
What's contagion?
Chandler?
Like contagious disease.
Like when Joyce had the cloud.
I don't think...
That's not to say that little kids can't be especially cruel.
What if your father had died?
But he's not dead. He talks to him on the telephone.
That's not funny.
Really, that's what he told us.
Now I want everyone to listen carefully. Joey loved his father. I'm sure he thinks about him a lot. Maybe he doesn't want to believe that he'll never see him again. That's why I don't think it's very nice of you all making fun of him. Joey, where's your egg? Did somebody take it? William. Did you take it?
Me? I didn't take it.
Michael.
I didn't take it.
Sam?
It wasn't me.
I want an answer. Who has Joey's egg? I'm waiting. Okay, if that's how you want it. You are all staying after school.
Aww.
Quiet back there!
Victor Van Helsing.
Well, sometimes kids are just bad because, well, they gotta be bad to do their job.
Responsible for that.
Yes, Mrs. Caldwell.
Bring it here. Now, I want you to write on the blackboard, I will not stake vampires in class. And I want you to do it 50 times.
Now, if the students aren't making things hard for the teachers, the parents of the students are.
My dad says that when you told us that a neutron star was different from a black hole, that you were wrong.
All right.
Let's take Cygnus X1. A lot of astronomers thought it was a neutron star, but it was putting out gamma rays. Neutron stars have magnetic fields so powerful, gamma rays can't escape. That's how we knew it was a black hole. So you see, they're not the same thing at all. You tell that to your dad.
Tell your dad to suck it.
Read the next chapter.
But you know, I'd rather be harassed by a pain-in-the-ass parent than, well, a ghost. Well, at least this teacher's nice. I'll tell you what's really scary. Miss Iron Fist over here.
Akala mo hindi kita nakita, no? If I catch you cheating one more time again, patay kang bata ka! Start from the top! Anong tinitingin-tingin nyo, ha? Back to work!
Of course, the opposite of a really strict teacher would be, well, a really chill teacher. Sometimes they can be a little too chill.
Miss Switch, she is a witch. Come in. I've been expecting you. Let us down, please. I'm glad you said please. Good manners are important. Down you come. Wow! Is that all you can say? Miss Switch. You needn't raise your hand, Amelia. We're not in class now.
Mostly, the kind of teachers I ran into, my least favorite teachers, they had a combination of two things going. One, making something interesting sound boring, and two, being an asshole.
Through his skull to reduce the imagined accumulation of unwanted vapors in his head. Only a few decades ago, over 20,000 people, including children, had their brains mutilated by misled quacks calling themselves neuroscientists, who misled themselves into believing that the complexity of the mind could be reduced to a few simple-minded terms. Of course, some minds are that simple.
What an asshole. Of course, even if you have an awesome teacher that you really like, it doesn't mean that your day can't be horrible. I mean, one moment you're celebrating her engagement to be married. The next minute, you're being sucked into another dimension. Happens all the time. Of course, so much of how you feel about a class has to do with the actual subject of the classes. And I'd say as far as bad days happening go, seems like science classes where it can really go wrong.
Web spiders catch and wind
Oh, hey look, it's Han Solo.
around their victims and mummify them before they have them for dinner. Some even devour their own. But spider's not a bad fellow. In fact, in many ways, he's a truly extraordinary creature. Now, and here happens to be one particular example. I got $5 for whoever will come up here and let him out of the jar. What? No takers, huh?
I would do it. You know how much $5 was in 1977? That's like $1,000.
Only Jane in the class. Come on up here. Be brave. Now, unlike insecta, arachnida have 4 sets of legs, not 3. This particular example isn't very large. He's known as Ladrodicus mactans, or popularly as the Black Widow. Why, Jane, what about your $5? I'll tell you what. I'll give you 1 if you just touch the jar. I wonder if that top's on tight. Oh, come on. Now that wasn't so tough. Dangerous spider? All right. Know what you're getting scared at before you do.
Well, I guess a fake spider's not real danger. Volatile chemicals? Now those are going to be a bit more dangerous than Han Solo's fake spider.
Let's wake up, boy. This is chemistry class, not stargazing 203. All right. Trying to move away from the text and get into some practical application. Now select one of the larger beakers.
A small vial of acid is dangerous. Imagine what a whole vat of it could do.
Hi, Vernon. I think I made a mistake.
Oh, yeah, it's the wrong color.
What did I do wrong?
You'll have to take it and throw it out. Start again. This is an exam.
Of course science class is dangerous. But what about literature? What's so dangerous about that? Well, nothing, unless, of course, your students have been listening to
satanic rock and roll.
Then you're in some real trouble.
I hope you're starting to get a feel for what the American transcendentalist writers are all about.
Why do we have to study all these dead writers? I mean, there's a poet alive today writes rings around him. Damien. I'm tired of living in the past. I'm living now.
All right. I want you to write an in-class essay, compare the use of metaphor and civil disobedience. I said I want you to write.
And then there's art class. Art class isn't really scary, or at least it shouldn't be. Unless, of course, you had my 8th grade art teacher, Miss Banugli, who would, if you walked into her room with gum in your mouth, would make you spit it into a giant Folgers can that had a decades-old collection of other gum, and she'd force you to clean it with your bare hands. Otherwise, the worst part of art class is having a failed artist critique your work like an asshole.
Now let's look at some of our own masterpieces. We have Roberta's landscape, which is still rather obvious, but I'm sure she'll see more as she develops. And Debbie's gloomy view. I hope she brightens things up a bit when she goes back to work, or when she finds a new boyfriend.
That's right, you're safe in art class. The problem is when you leave art class.
Don't forget to hit the lights before you leave.
Oh, okay.
Night.
Good night.
Especially when you leave art class after hours. You know, it seems like the biggest dangers in high school is these hallways. I think one spot that we all know is extremely dangerous in any school is the bathroom. Nobody is safe there. Nobody. I'll admit that getting eaten alive on the floor of a bathroom is a bad day. But almost as tough is being a new student at a new school with no friends.
Let me take a wild guess. You're the new student from L.A.? Admission slip, please. Come.
Give me a break. Punk is out.
Megan Gordon. Take a seat.
She's already dressed for a funeral.
Look, I was friends with a bunch of goths in high school, and if you start messing with them, they're gonna find a way to use magic against you. It's just true, it's gonna happen. So leave the goth kids alone. Talk to them about Sisters of Mercy. Maybe offer them a clove cigarette. I think the secret to successfully arriving as a new student is confidence. And it doesn't hurt if you got a cool rockabilly tune playing behind you.
Yes. May I help you?
I'll be joining your class, Mr. Morelli.
What's your name?
It's Sodi.
Sit down, okay? As soon as the quiz is over, I'll get you your books and so forth.
I'll sit here by my friend, Carla.
Yep, confidence. People like confidence. Of course, sometimes you can be too likable.
Your name is Susan.
Yes. The lady in the office said that you might have room for another student. I just started here today, and all the other classes this period were full.
Uh-oh.
Maybe I'll just go to the library.
Oh, no. Of course we have. Susan. Susan, you have a lot of extra work to make up.
Yes, I'll start tonight. I'll catch up in no time.
Oh, I realize your good intentions, Susan, but I think you'll need some extracurricular tutoring.
The only extracurricular activity a teacher should be asking you about is if it's your health teacher that also teaches basketball and he's saying, "Hey, Jimmy, you should go join the team." That's it.
Jeez, you should know better than to sneak up on a guy. See, you brought a ball. How about a game of one-on-one? You can start. Come on, you know the rules. Pass me the ball so I can check it. Take it easy, man. You know, you're really starting to piss me off. Hey, come on, hey? What's going on? What are you doing? Get this thing out.
You know, the high schools I went to and when I was a kid, they didn't have a whole lot. They certainly didn't have tennis teams. But if they did, I would have joined this tennis team.
Daria, what are you doing? Who taught you to do that? Rub off that silly scroll at once. Well, did you hear me? Rub it out yourself. Listen, I've been very patient with you so far. But there's certain things I'm not going to put up with any longer. Any longer. Why do you hate us?
It's your own fault. You're all so weak and stupid. Did you really think you could harm me by burning my doll? It's time you understood that my Lord has appointed me his heir, and I will not betray him.
Satan's in the lead. 30 love. Maybe sports aren't your thing. Maybe you're more into being creative and doing fun things with that. Something like making a spook alley.
Hey, dude, what's all this about?
Student government, we're having a spook alley.
These kids are certainly very excited about it.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, that's what we're doing next.
It sounds like the floor of the New York Stock Exchange.
That's the craziest idea I ever heard of.
Not only that, how'd you get the old place?
And what about those flashing lights?
And the strange noises?
And the moans.
The disappearing animals.
Now hold it, you guys. Now I got the old mill from Mr. Cranston, didn't I?
Yeah.
Now we want to beat out Tony and those guys in the Spook Alley contest, don't we?
Yeah.
What better place? So we have a little extra help from a few spooks. You guys really don't believe all that stuff, do you?
No.
There's a logical explanation for all of it.
Well, what about the strange noises?
Well, how do you know they were strange? Were you there? Did you hear them?
No.
What about the moans?
Creaking boards, rotting timbers.
Animals?
Lots of animals get lost and turn up missing every day. Quit worrying, you guys. With its natural spooky reputation already built in, it's perfect. Now let's get some ideas as to what we're going to do at the old place.
I can get a casket.
Now that's the kind of talk I like to hear.
Halloween time at school really is one of the better times, especially if you have a teacher that leans into it. Now, back in my day, you had the choice of showing two appropriate Halloween movies. One was Mr. Chicken and the Ghost, and the other was, of course, the story of the Headless Horseman.
All right. Which one of you was it?
Wasn't me, sir. Wasn't Husk neither. Maybe it was Isaac Newton.
Tell him it's the Headless Horseman.
Constant velocity, unless acted upon.
I know who it was, teacher.
Indeed? Whom?
The Headless Horseman.
What's that you say?
Sure. I heard he's looking for a new head. I reckon he was testing your head to see if it was good and solid.
The Headless Horseman's not the scariest thing about this. But it can't always be Halloween at school, It's just going to have to come down to you finding classes that you actually enjoy if you want to have a good time at school. For instance,
the name of this course is Famous Crimes. It's on your syllabus, but for the sake of redundancy, I'll put it up here anyway. On film.
Sounds like a cool class.
Now, as far as I know, the film you're about to see is the first cinematic representation of the Whitechapel murder mystery. Many more, of course, would follow through the years, including a number of television shows, including one on Twilight Zone and another on Star Trek entitled The Man Trap.
Wolf in the Fold.
What was that?
Wasn't it Wolf in the Fold? That was the episode on Star Trek that was about Jack the Ripper.
Yeah. I'm sorry, you're right.
The problem with these film classes is they always have a guy like this.
That's Jack the Rapper. He's an okay dude. He'd kill his own mother just to get some food.
Sit down and shut up. Now, any class has the potential to be interesting, even something that might seem like it's going to be a bit boring, something like law.
Take my word for it. The last thing the world needs right now is another dozen lawyers.
While it may seem like it's going to be a boring, dry class, soon becomes not boring and wet with blood. As soon as you get to the case studies, that is.
For starters, can anybody name any famous legal cases from the last 5 years?
What about the Jennifer case?
Defense lawyers are still citing that case today. If my memory serves me correct, she was originally charged with the murders of 4 men, not killing in self-defense, but I believe her lawyer's word was retribution. 1 man's head was blown off, 2 were hacked to death, and the 4th was, well, injured in an especially Vulnerable location?
No word. You just tell me. Just give me one little clue. I know that. Get a face. Hey, what you got?
I'll give you one clue.
But the interesting aspect of her case had to be the verdict. Not guilty on all 4 counts murder. If I thought I could get away with it, I could come up with maybe half a dozen members of our faculty I'd enjoy killing personally.
See, they're having lots of fun with it. But some people are just naturally good storytellers, you know? They make anything sound interesting. And then there's this guy.
Okay.
What are your feelings on ghosts, Kyle?
I don't like to really bring a fantasy terror element into the classroom. Some of the girls get a little bit skittish, you know. But I did have an eerie thing happen to me about a year ago. I was at the Silver Creek mini course, largest mini course in the tri-state area. It's about 5 acres. I wanted to get a jump on the pack to feel out the course a little bit. So I was on the 16th hole at night. It's got a big water trap with a slide. I don't know if you've seen it. It's pretty amazing. But I was there at the pin when I suddenly felt a chill. So I turned, and I realized there were 30 or 40 apparitions coming in. Well, I was defenseless. I only had my putter, but I turned to face them, and I suddenly realized, and to my horror, that I had somehow stumbled onto a skinny dipping party. Well, it wasn't very pretty.
I don't know what this class is, but it seems fun, even though it's about fake stuff. It does feel like there's a lot of classes about fake stuff in the world of horror movies.
This glowing gem, found hundreds of years ago in a Hibernian cavern, possesses a key to another world, known as a counter-earth, called gore. How the stone works, the circumstances that govern its power, and the nature of gore itself are yet undetermined by modern science. But in the stone's power, we can account for many out-of-body experiences. Many of the tales of the mystics and secrets of the psychic mind. Yeah, laugh if you will, but the counter-earth lies close to each one of us.
Nope, nobody's buying it. See, if you want to talk about fake stuff, it's got to be fake stuff people already know about.
So Count Dracula wasn't a real vampire?
Not a vampire, neither a count. He was a prince. A murderer? Maybe. It was a tough time to judge him so easily. He was a hero for his people.
What about the Countess, Elizabeth Bathory?
Who's Elizabeth Bathory?
Elizabeth Bathory was probably as close as anyone can be a real vampire. She was accused of killing over 300 young girls with the assistance of her maid, Ilona Jew. They would torture them and murder them to bathe in their blood, that according to her beliefs, it would preserve eternal youth. During a trial held in 1611, she was sentenced to remain prisoner in her own room, where she was eventually walled up for the rest of her life.
Do you believe in vampires, Professor?
Do I believe in vampires?
Another fake thing people like talking about in classrooms in the 70s was Bigfoot. Except Bigfoot's not fake.
Absolutely scoff at the idea of a Sasquatch, a Bigfoot, a Yeti, a skunk ape, or whatever you want to call him. Science has been proven wrong on many occasions with regard to evolution in the animal kingdom. For instance, 1938, a fish caught off the coast of Africa. Supposedly extinct for 70 million years. Just a few years back, a tribe of Indians found in the Philippines. Their living habits and tools, supposedly what prehistoric man used to be. There is one good note, though. There's never been a report or an incident of this creature ever attacking or harming a human being.
Joe!
Here we got another professor talking to his students about Bigfoot like it's fact. Because it is.
Bigfoot. The search for these giant, man-like creatures started with the discovery of mysterious footprints. Huge footprints, which obviously were not made by any known form of human life. These initial discoveries were made mostly in the snowbound regions of the world, parts of Alaska, Canada, and most often by mountaineering expeditions in the Himalayas.
He even brought in a guest speaker to traumatize the kids with his tale of field trips gone wrong.
As a result of that field trip, 3 of those students will spend the rest of their lives in a mental institution. One girl cannot speak to this day. She can only stare straight ahead in shock, totally unable to communicate with the world outside her mind.
What is this? Is this going to be on the test?
Let us contemplate on the existence of life.
Now, it's not just Bigfoot that gets play in these classrooms. Professors also talk about UFOs like they're real, because they're also real.
When I even mention the possibility of aliens from other worlds, people look at me as if I'm crazy.
Roger, people react that way, 1, because they're ignorant, and 2, because many are frightened of the possibility that intelligent life may exist.
And much like Bigfoot led to that one professor's traumatized field trip, UFOs can also lead to fun field trips.
Professor McFarlane, what do you think of the chances that there's life on these little specks?
The existence of life has always fascinated man down through the centuries. In all the infinite vastness of space, in all the universe, there surely exists life, intelligent life, other than our own.
Look, Professor! Look!
Eugene, what I believe we have there is some sort of meteor.
How often do meteors strike the Earth?
Now, this is a teacher who plays it cool and knows that every opportunity is a teaching opportunity.
But there was one notable case around the turn of the century. Eyewitnesses said that in central Siberia there was an impact of a fireball that could be seen as far away as 250 miles. You know that there was also some other stories that came out of Russia at that time, that some sort of a spacecraft had crashed.
But you know, going out to look for Bigfoot for a field trip, or talking about aliens and going and looking for aliens for a field trip, those things do seem like inherently things could go wrong. But what about just your plain old trip to the museum? Things should be fine. As long as you don't wander off and rub the lamp that encases an evil djinn. But I'll say this much, I'm really glad that I got school out of the way decades ago because I'm old, because future school seems tough.
When Oscar told us he had seen a giant fly in one of the dumps. Well, there it is. Do you see it? This fly has mutated after absorbing radioactive elements dispersed in the atmosphere. As a result, it also increases the danger to humans.
That means that if we expose ourselves to pollutants, we can grow to such a size.
Or suffer another normality, even changes in our behavior.
But you know, I don't want to be such a downer that I believe all of future school is bad. These kids are having a great time in future school. They even got a robot. And a song. There's really nothing else left to show you here. I just really like this song. Here comes the breakdown.
pamięci gromadzi baśnie, tego gniew srogi i złość wygaśnie, kiedy zobaczy na szkolnej scenie superbajkowe przedstawienie.
Boom! All right, folks, well, I don't want to be completely negative about you having to go back to school. Maybe some of you like it. I mean, I didn't. Thanks for watching, and au revoir, superstar.